Thank you so much. Now, we do get into a game number one, John. This is such a hype matchup. I've been waiting for this all damn night. Polaris against Boom Esports. Lelouch unable to find a jump in.
They've done a great job. FBZ though.
Oh, never mind. FBZ. He does come back in eventually. The rotations were quick, but it won't matter. First blood will go the way of Polaris, but now Lelouch is out of mana and out of step charges, which might mean he's just set to go down. Primal spring in from Tims. Chase down the Void Spirit. Do they have him though? Not quite. Lelouch. He gets into that tree line and does survive. So instead they'll have to take Mavis's life.
Hit his call down, clear it out really fast. They are getting some good work done on the top tier 1 here. Boom's just applying pressure.
Oh, nice tree cut. Very nice tree cut there from Force, but he's still in big trouble. Burrow Strike is there. It will not help the cause. Tornado is going to get the job done, but now Lelouch, he might be able to clean up. He wants Tims, and more importantly, he wants Yopaj. But can he find the Invoker? Aether Remnant not off cooldown, so Yopaj is going to be fine. In the meantime, though, FBZ also gets caught out on the Viper. That'll be a 2-for-1 trade in the favor of Polaris Esport. Or is it? Mavis. Yeah, moving back in. It's a high-risk, low-reward play, I think. Jonathan and Yopaj may have gone too far this time. He verifies up, but Mavis is not going to drop. Oh, a very rare mistake here from Yopaj, but in the meantime, down a bot lane. Natsumi even going down on this Medusa. Still Jackie in a bit of trouble, but Skem gets him out.
Pretty big for Polaris. I mean, you are hurting a little bit more losing your Dusa, but she's not losing as much. They're setting up for a play down bot, though.
Yeah, Force. Again, being jumped on here by Tims, and with that rocket barrage, you're going to have absolutely no issue getting another kill for this gyrocopter. Paj, he does not want to tank this gank right now. He'll go for the Ghost Walk, but they've got the Dust Down, and they've got the control. Yopaj is gone. Just finds gold out of nowhere as Boom Esports still going with this 4 Protect 1. Do move in. A nice Tornado with the EMP out. This could be the team fight they've been looking for. However, Xavius, he's not really dying. Tims is the one to drop as FBZ is still trying to do with Mavis. And he gets him down eventually, but in the backside, Xavius is caught. Skem does drop to boot. But they've got Lelouch down on the Void Spirit, and they want more. They want Force in the Sand King, and they might just have him. Jackie's joined the team, and he's made it work.
To maybe Lelouch and Xavius getting some good swaps off.
Dire structures are fortified.
Setting up Polaris Esports are not willing to let this tier 1 mid tower fall. Not for free anyway. Guard Force, he's in. Who have they got there? It's going to be Jackie with the swap out. Jackie's gone. Immediately just deleted as Skem will follow. FBZ, he'll back off.
So you're going to have to depend on Yopaj to get that Tornado EMP combo to really drag down Dusa in the later fights.
Strikes off the mark, but they've still got FBZ here with this Aether Remnant. Sunstrike though does find the Sand King, and now Tims, he wants to go through the man fight within that Wukong's command, but the Spirit Siphon is still going. It just won't matter because the relocate hard to get past, so Natsumi trying to take it down instead. FBZ does get scouted. Oh boy, they don't go for the swap though on the Burrow Strike. It was wasted, so Jackie will move in. Lelouch, he gets swapped in as well, but he can step out of there. The Sunstrike will still find Xavius in the end. As they are just trying to retreat right now, Polaris Esports. They mess up the initiation, and that's going to be enough for them. They don't want to bleed too much out.
That though.
They will. I believe it was under vision, however. And there is your tree break. They found Tims on that Monkey King, but they don't seem to be able to make their way over in that little gap. Instead, they'll swap him in. They'll take him out. The Force is in trouble now. He'll go for the Eels in the backside. Lelouch, he's got the IO. Skem, no, he's going to die. He'll try to survive as Natsumi, he will just keep rushing onto Jackie and FBZ. They've got them both. Buyback or not from Skem, he was not there in time. And suddenly Polaris, they've got a Roshan on their hands.
For some reason, hasn't DQ'd. Still pressuring mid FBZ. Not having the best presence in that Viper. Could cop the gank here.
I mean, he's got a BKB, but that's about all he's got right now. Yopaj could be swamped, but he's got his own BKB. He's going to take down the Vengeful Spirit. Natsumi has popped the Stone Gaze now, looking to force this fight. But everyone from Boom is just going to turn the other way. Just not look at the crazy Snake Lady. Perhaps now you can force a better fight here for Boom. Tims, he's trying to get within range for a stun. Lelouch, maybe the target, and it does land very nicely. Lelouch, what have they tossed up? Has a step charge, and he's going to get it. In fact, now Force jumps back in. FBZ on the Viper is going to melt. And Polaris want more. They'll chase them down, try to hunt somebody else.
So Polaris are aware, and this could lead them to committing onto that high ground.
Slowly trying to chip away at Natsumi's mana pool. Keep in mind, he's got the Swift Link up now, so even more damage to fly out. Natsumi going after that high ground, but they've got FBZ. A nice swap in from Mavis onto the Viper. In the meantime, towards the right side, who else were they chasing? Well, Jackie will drop the call down. Natsumi has no mana left, but he still has the Aegis, and now Jackie's in trouble. They'll try to heal him up, but he's gone. He'll commit the buyback immediately, but now Tims falls down. They've got to try and win this team fight somehow, otherwise the game is just over. They'll get the Aegis. That's one life. Jackie now popping the BKB. Is it a bit too early? It may just, as they swap him back. Jackie, he's in between a rock and a hard place, and they've got him.
Boy.
No buyback available. This game is over. 4 down without buyback, and Polaris Esports. I mean, it was a very clinical performance here, John. It may have not been flashy, but Polaris, they make no mistakes, and they pull off this game 1 victory against Boom.
They just get running. They have a good foundation built up. They managed to give Natsumi the farm and space he needs, and Lelouch plays like a madman. He hits that really early E-Blade up. He just runs around. I think the issue for Boom is they've got that Tim's Monkey King. They've got the relegated on hand, but
Thank you very much, Nat. We do get into a game number 2. John, Boom Esports, they've got their backs against the wall. And Polaris Esports, they are yet to be defeated. Where you leave at level 6 at the stage, rather just stick around, get a bit more farm up, and play a bit more greedily as these mid laners. This top lane, Mavis, gonna go down again.
you can play a lot more. Lelouch.
Oh, it barely gets away. They even have the relocate coming in, but the Rolling Thunder gonna connect right on time. Xavius, he's rotated. They want to try and force this fight. Lelouch is still quite low, but they've got Skems controlled up, and now the Ravage comes through force, landing on everything as the Mana Void does get committed. Jackie, he's gone. Can they keep the fight going, though? FBZ, a great Burrow Strike onto 2, but can they finish Natsumi off? They can.
Oh, God.
Yopaj is in. Onto Xavius they go. It was a great start there for Polaris, but they end up losing so much in the end. This is here. Not allowing any opening, as even as they try to approach the triangle, Boom is already waiting to initiate. Okay, there is the 3-man smoke now, but immediately FBZ without hesitation onto the Shadow Demon. Ravage is going to connect Xavius. He somehow survives, but eventually does drop into Sandstorm, and now the Rolling Thunder again through the relocate. It's still just not enough though. Jackie had the BKB. That means he's going to be fine, and it does mean Force is going to fall.
Constantly playing towards that mid, looking to just keep the aggression up. They do have some wards from Tim's ready to go, and they should be able to find more.
Yeah, they will. That combo again coming in clutch, so now FBZ is going to get punished. Not a good trade so far for Boom, but we'll see what they can salvage here as Yopaj is going quite forward. He'll pop his own BKB. In fact, they've got Natsumi with a great bushwhacker from Tims. Poor old Force. He'll try to run, but he's just a watermelon right now, John.
Has been killed.
Oh, but they missed the chains. Yopaj
Radiant structures are
loses
fortified.
the control. It just won't matter. Call down was there, and even the creeps are blocking the tide. They do. They'd love a team fight right now outside of that Roshan pit. Xavius, Mavis, both the support duo. Not quite catching Mavis out, but they've got Xavius. And that might mean they could just go back into the Roshan pit. Not going to go their way. I suppose you'd rather just let the Aegis go the way of Boom than trying to force the fight and getting fully team wiped.
Yep. Just cut your losses. No.
That 10 for the Ember. Still no death here for Yopaj, and it goes back to the draft, right? Again, you don't have the lockdown for this guy.
Natsumi.
Relocate. Top lane, they've got
gosh.
Natsumi.
AM has to be in your face, and that gives Boom an opportunity to punish the AM jumping up to the Gyrocopter, jumping up to the AM, jumping up to the Ember. Although Yopaj.
In again, he saw Xavius right into the tier 3 tower. He could not give a crap. He just wants the kills. Time-lapse though, may have saved Xavius this time around, but Japoy, he'll go all the way for it. Maybe they can punish though with a great Ravage out from Force. They can finally get the first kill on this Ember, but no! Lelouch got stuck. He got stuck, Jonathan. Oh, that'll be your Pengo gone.
Go for the safe play, but again, could be an opening for Polaris.
All in, Tims. They get caught here by Lelouch, though. Nice Force staff away back into the pit, and they do relocate him out. They can't even find the Hoodwink. And without that Rolling Thunder, they certainly can't hope for this Roshan fight as Japoy. He's in again. He could not give a crap about anything Polaris have to do with him. He'll just move in with the BKB and just keep it going on to Xavius. In the meantime, they even call a Lush. Still natsumi trying to chase the Ember, but they can't catch him. Skem's kept him alive, and in goes the fight once again for Boom. They wish to reinitiate, but can they get it done? You bet your ass they can. John GG's called FBZ. He got Xavius, and they've seen enough. What's the rule, Jonathan? What's the rule?
Yep, never doubt the yopaj ever. You know, Boom builds off of that foundation really well. Lelouch, he didn't have the toughest lane, but it did build up for yopaj as that laning phase went on. We saw our Ember really build up, and it's back to that same story. When you look at Boom's draft from game 1, we saw how much farm Jackie was getting with Skem. The same thing happened here in game 2, Mike. They still played around with relocate aggression fairly well.
Thank you very much, Nat. We are back into it. Game number 3 between these two, John. Boom Esports, they had their backs against the wall. Now it's a...
Damage. It has everything you want for every point of the game.
Xavius. Missile going to be thrown out, but he's going to be just fine. Instead, they want the stacks to be taken, and they're going to take all of them. Lelouch, he does move his way in, but he could be in danger. Yopaj, or rather Yopaj, he does have that Dream Coil and does commit it. In they go, but who do they want? They want Mavis first on the Bane to make sure there's no shenanigans. They will secure him.
Draft really excels. And it's all hinging on those blink timing. So maybe for a couple more minutes, we're not going to see that aggression out. You are close to Lelouch's blink, 300 gold away. Force still a long ways off. And speaking of Force...
Yeah, Force. Very, very rough times here, though. A nice nightmare to juke out some damage, but it just doesn't matter. Both sides know exactly where they are. Force will jump in with the blink and Burrow Strike into the Avalanche toss. It's a lot of damage. FBZ already gone. They got a Dream Call off and they might try to turn Yopaj in. A 2-man Balance Strike, and when the relocate out, they've got so much damage coming in from Jackie. It's already 2 gone. And Lelouch, he can try to run. He might even make it, in fact, with a great toss back and the relocate out.
Polaris from getting that opening. They might be able to catch out Jackie and Skem, though.
Lelouch gonna try as the Fiend's Grip is there, but the problem is Skem is just freely able to tether and regen up, so no damage is flying out. Jackie's alive, still they keep going, but the IO is just freely doing whatever the hell he wants. And you saw the confusion there from Lelouch, though he jumps in again, and this time he's got him. But it's gonna cost his own life. Can they find more here? Boom Esports, they'll go for a third. That'll be Xavius to drop. Sure, you get the Gyrocopter, John, but you saw the confusion there for a moment.
There's enough room with a TV as well as... Boom, do you go for a smoke play?
Yeah, Force, he should spot out the Monkey King, and Lelouch does move in with the toss out, but there's your Dream Coil. Soulbind, though, is out. Xavier's going to try and turn with his team. But who's really winning? Well, Natsumi, he's about to drop. He does get the Sunder off, but doesn't really matter. It doesn't. Mavis, he was holding the Fiend's Grip the whole time, but it does nothing. And still Yopaj is jumping around this team fight. Uncontested. Lelouch, at least he does TP out in time, and Force, he's going to move back in onto the Gyrocopter. But do they actually have enough damage? It seems like they just may, but no. The stick charges there in time. Force will go down. They will not get the Gyrocopter.
Difficult one. They weren't quite synchronized to have Lelouch jump in as well. I think it was important to get the tiny Avalanche toss on top of the Sand King stuns. And they miss out in that burst window, and now that's just free reign for Jack to play up top. He has the Ag Scepter. He can just rip through the objectives with the Exo still running on FEZ as well.
Nice toss back, Mavis. He will have the Fiend's Grip, but again, do you have the damage? A good Burrow Strike, maybe you do. Jackie, he's still got that Aegis up though. He might have to give it up, but never mind. Skem will not have it. We'll heal him up. The toss is going to be there. They get the Aegis down. Still Yopaj trying to go on to Tiny. We'll let him go. And Boom Esports. It seems like they do not want to continue. The BKB up. I want to just go for a bit of a surprise reveal with that. In fact, Avalanche toss is there, but Yopaj, he just picked up the Aeon Disc. They can't burst him down. At least he got the Arcane Rune away, and now with the Burrow Strike Epicenter again onto the puck. He's still fine with the phase shift. Still Natsumi going to move in with the Metamorphosis, trying to get some damage off, but he's going to TP. He knows the fight's not going their way. They're still going to end up losing.
Fun to find. Good scan out from the Dara side, don't they? know Jackie might be isolated here.
Yeah, Avalanche toss is there. Jackie, he'll get the BKB off though. Burrow Strike is not there in time. Skem, he had the relocate going just in case. Polaris, maybe a nice toss back into the T-Force could help delete Skem or Jackie. They're going to try now, but the BKB was too quick. And this Tiny, he'll try to abuse a Shadow Amulet, but it's not going to work out. They have at least 4 time for Natsumi to have the Eye of Skadi, John, but... Oh.
They could fall back to if they want. They're still slowly poking away with that exit here.
Dire's middle tower is under
Get
attack.
3 tower going. That's a great balance strike. Japoy, he'll jump in, but won't commit the coil. Warning shots again here onto Polaris, just making sure they know what's about to happen. But a nice avalanche toss is there onto Jackie, into the burrow strike and the feed trip, but the relocate might be out. Scam, he gets him out in time. Jackie will reset and look to fight once again as they continue taking that mid-racks, and now they've got Natsumi on the Terror Blade. He will survive a bit longer as FBZ, he's the one to go down. In fact, Tim's just about to drop himself, but they've got Mavis, they've got Xavius, they might have Lelouch, but they've got Jackie instead. Polaris Esports, they are able to get a successful team fight their way. Skem now going to show himself. Polaris Esports looking for a way in, but won't rush for it. They are very hesitant right now. So instead, Roshan will get started. Lelouch though, a nice toss back. He's got FBZ, he's got the Death Prophet, and they've got the kill. No buyback available on FBZ. Bit of a zap.
Regeneration.
It's not going to be a free Roshan, that's for sure. Lelouch tried for the blink in, but wasn't quite within range. Yopaj again. He's so ballsy, this guy, but this time they've got the Nightmare into the Sunder. That'll proc the A on disc. Not enough to kill off the puck.
But they've got to make it really quick, and it is a massive risk, and they'll just play it safe. Hold out for the high ground here.
Roshan has fallen into
The
the
age is up.
attack.
Oh,
Natsumi, where is he?
Illusion.
He's got the MKB, John, but this is the last ditch attempt
Radiant's bottom tower
for
is
Polaris.
falling. Radiant structures are fortified.
Here we go. Dream Call's committed. He's got both supports there. Dagon out. Epicenter committed. They're just trying to do with FBZ, but Skem, he'll keep him alive. Barely going down. But now Natsumi, he's been left alone. They'll try to buy back in time, and they are there to allow him back to the fountain.
Oh.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, screw the Mega Creeps. Get done my damn self, Boom Safe. 2-4 towers are there. Balance just to keep Natsumi away. There's your run of Atos. Yopaj, he'll start with the magic damage. It won't matter though, they're on to the Ancient. GG's been called. Polaris, they were 1 game away from finding the victory above Boom Esports. But they just couldn't get it done. Still a great fight out from these guys. But Boom Esports proved to be the better team today.
Yeah, they come in for the last 2 games, full cylinders fired up. Game 1 was a bit rocky. Polaris certainly looked like a very strong team in that, but the next 2 games, it looked like Boom just adjusted really well. They got the aggression they want on this
Wipe the sweat
lineup,
off, Skim.
and they start
Wipe the
running
sweat
around. Wipe the sweat off, you know.